Hello, you're watching ERi-TV English News Broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Mohamed Barakhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. Six patients have been diagnosed with positive for COVID-19. Winning popular campaign in Central region. Turkey's Erdogan renews case for Syria operation at Tehran talks. China says U.S. patrol raise tensions in Taiwan Strait. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 6 patients have been diagnosed with positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at testing station in the Central region. On the other hand, 6 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in a hospital in the Central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,731, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 9,898. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 20 July 2022. At popular campaign, members of Musa Ali Construction Company, first round of the National Service Cooperative Association, as well as members of the Ministry of Local Government, conducted on 15 and 16 July at my Diminati area. They constructed 10 hectares of terraces and planted over 23,000 tree seedlings. According to reports, members of the Musa Ali Construction Company constructed 6 hectares of terraces and planted 23,000 tree seedlings, and members of the first round of the National Service Cooperative Association constructed 3 hectares of terraces and planted 503 seedlings. Staff members of the Ministry of Local Government also constructed about 1 hectare of terraces. According to Office of Forestry and Wildlife Authority, in the Central region, in the past 1 year and a half, ministries, national associations, construction companies, members of Eritrean Defense Forces, as well as students and public are actively participating in the greening campaign. In related news, residents of Awanjeli administrative area, Haga Subzone, are conducting water and soil conservation activity. According to Mr. Tesfat N. Nusur, coordinator of the popular campaign, about 160 people are daily participating in the program, and so far they have constructed 885 hectares of terraces. Members of the first round of the National Service Cooperative Association extended school material support to 400 disadvantaged elementary school students in the subzone of Abba Shaul and Arbat Smera. According to Mr. Jamal Saleh, chairman of the association, the material support was extended to students that are taking summertime English language and mathematics courses. Commending the initiative the members of the association took, Mr. Belay Habtagaber, head of the Ministry of Education branch in the Central region, called on parents to send their children to school and conduct constant follow-up on their progress, pointing on the advantage of the summertime education on developing the capacity of students. Ms. Sarah Deswamikael, administrator of Sabbashao subzone, called on parents to encourage their children. Nurse Hamid Mohammed Said, head of Ba'ala's health station Nafa subzone, reported that the health station is rendering commendable health service in general and that of mother and child treatment. Nurse Hamid said that the health station is providing commendable service in treating communicable diseases, pre- and postnatal treatment, vaccinations, delivery service, voluntary counseling, as well as participating in environmental sanitation activities, indicating that as a result of the sustainable awareness-raising activities, pregnant women are regularly visiting the health station. Nurse Hamid said that the number of pregnant women visiting the health station for checkup is steadily increasing. Nurse Hamid also said that as a result of the sustainable environmental sanitation activities, the residents are conducting the prevalence of communicable diseases that occur due to lack of sanitation. We will be back with international news after the short break. Turkey's president has renewed warnings that Ankara could launch a new military operation in northern Syria as he met his Russian and Iranian counterparts in Tehran. Russia, Turkey, and Iran have in recent years held talks as part of the so-called Astana peace process to end more than 11 years of conflict in the Middle Eastern country. Erdogan has said in recent months that he will soon launch a military operation targeting Kurdish fighters that Turkey considers terrorists. Ankara considers the YPG a terrorist group and says it is linked to domestic armed fighters belonging to Kurdistan Workers' Party, which Turkey has also designated as a terrorist organization. The PKK has waged an armed uprising against Turkey since 1984, and tens of thousands of people have died in the conflict. The Turkish government has accused the YPG of attacking Turkish security forces in Syria. All three leaders say they wish to press on which trying to resolve issues in Syria through dialogue and expressed their wish to help millions of displaced Syrian citizens, many of whom have migrated to Turkey. China's Ministry of Defense has accused the United States of taking security risks and disrupted the stability of the Taiwan Strait when it sailed a guided missile destroyer through the waterway earlier this week. The U.S. regularly sends naval patrols through the 180-kilometer-wide Taiwan Strait to assert international law on the freedom of navigation and to show support for Taiwan, a self-ruled democracy claimed by China. China claims both the strait's water of its coastline and those of Taiwan. In recent years, it has moved to define the entire waterway as its territorial waters. Both sides exchanged similar barbs last week when the USS Benfold sailed close to the Parcel Islands in the South China Sea in a separate freedom of navigation exercise. Some of the archaeologists' small islands are occupied by China, but they are also claimed by Vietnam and Taiwan. Meanwhile, a vast 6-week regional military exercise led by the U.S. Navy also hit the halfway mark this week, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines. 6 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19. Greening popular campaign in the central region. Turkey's Erdogan renews case for Syria operation at Tehran talks. China says U.S. patrol raised tensions in Taiwan Strait. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.